them old traditional customs from that land. You know what I'm saying? So the Arabs kind of had a distinct, but the movie kind of shows that, but the dude was so vexed with revenge, he was like, I'm riding out with these cats because I know they're going to have a business for me. You know what I'm saying? Either way. Either if y'all like them or not. You know what I mean? But I just want like, you know, like, I guess I could tell you kind of bumped into some kind of like, you know, the Moors that kind of like, you know what I'm saying, be like, what you talking about, man?
Yeah, I mean,
you're not bringing no substance.
Like those people, and again, you get people pretty much in every camp. Like I think I have more conflict with people, Kemetic people, more than anybody else. You know, because I get somebody like, yeah, that's a battery. They hired me. What are you talking about? Dude? Or that's a light bulb.
The jet symbol.
I got you now. You know, like, what are you talking about? Okay. Again, use logic. If it's a battery, what is the purpose of the battery? A battery holds potential energy. Okay, then there's the chemistry, potential energy. Now, you create a battery in order to power a machine. So what are the objects that is being powered? So the tool shows me the machine that has a compartment where you put the battery into. Hold up, brother. Yeah, okay. Get out of here. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have time for that. You know what I'm saying?
They say a capacitor.
Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, I want to get back to this Zion Lex thing. Do you think Zion Lex is really a clown? Zion Lex. Because once they had you on the spot at the conference, at the Kemetic Armageddon War Conference, I think the meta-nectar was mentioned. And once you brought it out, he was talking about if you read meta-nectar, why would it be in English?
Okay.
So, do you read meta-nectar? I'm just... And another thing.
Well, let me
before
answer
that,
one question. Let me answer one. Let's go one thing. You ask one question, I answer that, then answer this, then answer that. All right. So, y'all don't have to answer. I'll answer whether I read it or not. Okay? All right. So, and then I'm going to show you what he did. Because this is the part that y'all didn't catch. Okay?
and when I was watching Sonjedi Studios on TV, I was on live, you was mentioned, Zion Lex mentioned I would debate Sonjedi. That's what Zion Lex has mentioned. He has mentioned you. He will debate you, Zion Lex. When I was did you hear it? Sonjedi live. Yeah.
It was a panel. The Mighty Hebrew.
No, Sonjedi was live, and then he was mentioning a lot of the brothers, even Brother Sonjedi. Yeah, he was mentioning Brother Sonjedi. I would debate Sonjedi in Tazaria. Tazaria. Yeah, so.
They will be locking the building up. So shortly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
If you don't mind me recording.
No, go ahead, that's fine. Trying to save space here. Now, of course, since I'm sure you're probably going to show this to him or post this on YouTube, okay?
I'm not going to show it to him. I don't even know.
Right.
I met him at the conference.
Don't shame my game, baby. Hey, listen. Now, do I read it? I wrote it for you. Okay? Now, again, you can ask people who've been coming here for since 2009. Like, again, can I, can I read it?
You can read and write and interpret.
Okay. So, Dua Shephet and Akin. Okay. Now, when I was on the stage, right? And he asked me, can you read it fluently? Okay, that's what he asked, and that's a fair question. Okay, and I said, well, when it comes to meta nature, you don't actually do it that way, the same way you do like this.
Okay.
Because when you're reading a sacred text and you're reading it for a deeper interpretation.
Okay.
Now, what happened was, someone brought up a piece of paper on the stage. This is on tape.
Yeah.
I've never seen that piece of paper before.
They didn't give you a chance to respond.
No. Watch this. Let me show you. No, this is actually a good thing. Brother Ben brought up a paper from Brother Reggie, Peterson about nature. I've never seen that paper before. I looked at it and I was able to interpret it. I didn't practice on that paper piece, but I didn't know what it was going to say. When he gave it to me, I had to read it. It was like reading a new book. I don't know what it's going to say. Let me look. Boom. What he did was he read the first sentence of Bereshit, which is Genesis, right? Who hasn't memorized that? He memorized it.
Yes.
So he was able to do it. And see, I'm fluent. You ain't fluent. You see what happened?
Right.
He memorized. He had already memorized.
Should have broke it down to him.
Okay, I did. I broke down the meta nature for him.
Okay.
Okay, this would happen when we went in the back, when we had other people standing around, and Gozi, all of them was there. And I read the glyphs and I interpreted them right in front of everybody.
Yes.
Okay, step by step, just like how I do here, no different. Okay, he said, well, brother, you should read it fluently. Like, what do you mean? I want you to read it fast like I did, because again, and I said, you don't do meta nature that way. You know what I'm saying? See, I didn't care about winning. Like, I don't care. I'm past that. He wanted to win. You know what I'm saying? So you pulled up his phone and got Hebrew letters. You already memorized the first sentence of Genesis. So yeah, you're able to spit it out.
It's easier in Hebrew, because I do both.
Right.
It's easier in Hebrew because
you're dealing with an alphabet with syllabary. This is not. This is a more complex system. You know what I'm saying? Now again, it doesn't make one person smarter than the other. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't make one person smarter than the other. It's that the system itself, because it's an alphabetic syllabary, or alpha syllabary, if you call that, you can read it straight across because the letters only are representing sounds. This is representing more than just sounds. So it's more complex. So I can't just go, can't. It's not going to happen that way. I promise you it's not going to happen that way. Now, I mean, you can do this. You can do that, but you're not. No. Okay. It doesn't work that way. Because, for example, if I write, I want to use an example. Maybe I get out of here pretty soon. Okay. Okay. Oh, that's for the answer. Can I read it?
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Now, this says meta nature. This means when I'm writing the whole thing out. Now, if I abbreviate it, I'm gonna write it this way. This is abbreviated. This is, writing it shorthand. Meta nature. Okay. See, nature, boom, medu, right there. See that? Now, when I read this, I don't pronounce this first. You say this first. This is why you can't just read straight across. You go, your eyes are doing this, boom, boom, then back over here. It's called honorary transposition, because this has to do with the divine. You write it first, because writing is a sacred act. Because writing actually comes from divination, but that's another story. Okay. So again, you don't put that on tape, but you write that first.
Right.
So you're not going. You don't read it linear. It's not just linear. It's actually read in four different. There's four directions that meta nature is written.
So these are the languages.
Bostrophodon.
I'm not familiar with that.
Yeah, that's the term for it.
Oh, okay.
Bostrophodon.
Okay. I call it quadrilateration. Quad for it. But okay.
That's even better. That's
again, this is man with his finger to his mouth, etc. So meta nature. But again, you say this first. even though you write this first. Because honorary transfer, because anything has to do with the divine, you respect it by writing it first. You don't write it afterwards, because again, that's considered dishonoring the creator. So you write it first, even though you say Kemetic natural. It's a grammatical rule. You know what I'm saying? Of course my brother was unaware of that, and of course, and he has the capacity to learn it, but that wasn't his intention. His intention was, I want to make a fool of Sonjedi so I can feel better about myself. You know.
Could you do a class in the future where you do more demonstrations like that with the glyphs?
Yeah, I'm actually putting together a presentation where I'm going to go through, not like this here. This was like really surface stuff like that. You know, I'm actually putting one together where it's like it's a whole lesson. So the next one, you know, it's going to see better this, because I'm actually waiting on a program to come into Melbourne, California, hieroglyphic font program. So when you open up an Egyptologist book, the good output is going to look exactly like that. Yeah. So that's what I'm waiting for. I mean, even though I do have a program on my laptop, but it's not as precise the way I like it. You know, so I want to get a little bit better.
What I was mentioning before, like with the calendar rounds and the calendar system and so forth, I've actually been going through that, and what I'm studying right now is I don't know who that go. What I've been studying right now is actually the Bach tune, the tune, you know, the system, how they actually formulate the words, you know what I'm saying, the months, the coefficients, everything. The same way you did with the instruction with the Hebrew class. I've been doing that with the Mayan scripts because I've been finding that it actually is very close to the way that the meta-netter is written. You know what I mean? I see more similarities than differences. You see what I'm saying? So that was the reason why I had asked that previously, you know.
I mean, and again, it's a fair question. You know, if you see similarities, I mean...
If you didn't mind me asking that.
Huh?
If you didn't mind me asking that about Lexx.
You know, like I said, like anything, like I said, I'm sure anything I say is, I don't, you know.
Yeah, he goes to the lectures, you know.
Yeah, and that's fine.
Debates and stuff.
Am I interested in debating them? No, because, you know, Dr. Clark says, I debate my equals, all other than teach. You know, and not saying he doesn't have the capacity, but the demonstration, what he's giving me, is like, I'm not wasting my time with that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? You got to come with some substance.
Right.
You know, people who act like that, again, this is not a specific event, but they act like that, you know, I would consider equal to the mentality that I'm striving to be at.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I would debate, if I was to debate somebody like a Western Muhammad.
Right.
I would enjoy that. You know why?
Okay.
Because he has good character.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? I had conversations with him like, yo, like I would sit down and break bread with Dr. Wesley Muhammad. We differ in a lot of things. We agree on a lot of different things. In fact, I would sit down and break bread with Lord Adam.
It would be a build rather than
it would be more like a build. Like we'll disagree on some stuff, but at the end we'll probably be dapping up. Yo, get some heat, you know, or like our brother said. I mean, said he, you know, behind closed doors, maybe we turn tick off.
Okay.
You're not recording?
Oh no. Okay.
Even though I don't believe